under President Trump, the national debt went up by over 25%. 25%. One administration, 4 years, got to 25, raised the debt by 25%. From the inception of this country, he's raised 25% of the debt under the auspices several times of Republicans, and they have the nerve to talk about fiscal responsibility. The Democrats, who are the only ones who in recent times has balanced the budgets and reduced the deficits. Come on, let's get real. Their only goal is to cut taxes. They never really are able to cut spending because, they like to give their monies to the plutocrats as well. But anyhow, check this out. President Biden encapsulated it perfectly in the short speech that he gave yesterday. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Why don't we just lay out our budgets? You put yours down, I'll put mine down. And our people sit and compare them. Decide where we can make a compromise, if we can make a compromise. When I put mine down, they're going to see I lower the deficit this year by $2 trillion in what I'm talking about. And by the way, the last fellow who had this job, who never showed up at the transition, I might add, but the last guy who had this job, he increased the federal debt, which took over 200 years to accumulate. That's what the debt is, by the way. We talk about the federal debt. It's every penny owed since the inception of this nation and the interest rates that followed it. Okay, that's what it is. Just in 4 years, he added to that federal debt of over 200 years by 25%. And by the way, he had a $2 trillion tax cut. The vast majority went to the super wealthy. Guess what? Didn't pay for a single solitary cent of it. I will not cut a single Social Security or Medicare benefit. In fact, I'm going to extend the Medicare Trust Fund for at least 2 decades. I'm going to not raise taxes on anyone making over $400,000 grand. And I'll pay for it all, my proposals, by making the wealthy and big corporations pay just a little bit more. Like I said, do you think a trillionaire should be staying at 3%?
Now tell me if we should do any negotiations with these thugs, with these terrorists about the debt ceiling. Absolutely not. What the president should do is get it declared unconstitutional. And you know what? The Supreme Court just may do that. When we know that there are just a few quacks preventing this from occurring, the Supreme Court, who is owned, sealed, and delivered by the plutocracy, won't let the economy falter if they know for sure that the president simply will not negotiate. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead. Number 1, subscribe to our channel. And number 2, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.